So, welcome everybody to today's public MindManager webinar, how to create templates with MindManager. And I'm quite happy that Nick Duffel is doing the presentation today again. Hi, Nick.
Hello, Stephen. Hello, everybody.
Yeah, my name is Stephen Bashford. Actually, I'm Director of Technical Services at the MindManager division of Corel, and I'm supporting Nick today with questions and answers. Before we are talking too much, let's check if everybody can hear us and see us. So in case audio is good for you, please actually raise your hand here in the GoToWebinar panel. Yeah, that seems to be working well. Also, please note within the GoToWebinar panel, you can ask questions. I will answer some throughout the webinar, but we definitely also have a Q&A session block at the end of Nick's presentation. So today's webinar will be round about 60 minutes, actually including question and answers. Everything what you're seeing today is presented with MindManager 2019 for Windows. So after the webinar, actually, we will send out an email where you will receive a link to the recording and also a download link for all the examples that Nick is presenting. It's very likely that the follow-up of the webinar will send out at the beginning of next week. So having this said, actually, Nick, I can hand over to you, so the stage is yours.
Thank you very much, Stephen. We'll just change over the display. So hopefully, let me know when you can see my MindManager application.
I can see it, Nick.
Okay, that's great. Well, welcome everybody. Thank you for the introduction, Stephen. This afternoon, we're going to be talking about using templates in MindManager 19. And just to open the topic, this seems like quite a simple idea, but actually when you look at it, there are many, many features in MindManager that relate to templates. So what I'm aiming to do in this webinar is not give you a demonstration of every possible MindManager feature and command, because I don't think it'd be a great webinar and it would take more than an hour. But what we want to do is explain the principles behind how MindManager works with templated materials, because templates can be much more than just maps, so that you can understand the basics and see the patterns, and then be able to apply that to your own templates and to your own use with MindManager. So I'll be doing lots of small demos of individual features, but if you get a copy of this map after the webinar, you'll find a great deal of indexed and cross-referenced information in this map that will help you to find more detail and find more information about commands. So probably the most difficult part is finding things in the ribbon, finding the right tab and the right command to do exactly what you want to do. So I'll explain at the end how this map works, and if you get this map as a resource afterwards, that will help you to find some stuff. So let's begin with map templates, and begin by asking, what is a template? A template is it's a starting point for something. So instead of starting with a blank page or an empty page, you can start with something that helps you to get going. That starting point might be just the appearance of a map. It might be the design and the visual layout of a map, or it might be the content that's in a map, or it might be a combination of both. You might have a map that's been designed, say, in your company style, but also has some content in it. And there are multiple different types of template. Most people would use map templates. Any map can be a template, and a map template is just a map that you use to create a new one. So it's got both content and appearance in it. And if you're looking at these things on disk, though the map template files have the extension MMAT. Another type of template that you can use is a map part. And this is a tree of topics that you can put into a map. So that creates content in your map, and it can also carry some of the appearance too. But there are multiple other types of resource that you can use as templates. The theme of a map is its visual appearance as distinct from the content, and we'll go into that in some detail in a minute. But you can store map themes separately, and you can apply those to a map. So you can design a map, fill it with all your content, and then work on the appearance afterwards, or take another template for the appearance. Marker lists, the lists of icons and tags and the names for the topic line and topic fill colors are called marker lists. And again, you can have a library of marker lists, and you can apply a marker list to a map. And that's a really handy feature, because it takes some time to develop marker lists, and it's really good to be able to use those later on. Topic styles, you can change the format of a topic and then save that as a named style, then reuse that in your map. And the last one that comes under the heading of templates is web exports, and these are the design and features of the website exports. And I'm not going to cover that in this webinar. That could really be a whole webinar on its own. So I'll reference web exports as a type of template, but we're not going to do any demos on the web exports. So if we start right at the beginning with creating new maps from templates, you can of course start a new map from an existing one. You don't have to go through a template. So if you have a map that you want to develop on its own path as a separate copy, you can just use File, Save as Copy, File tab, Save as Copy, and that will effectively use the current map as a one-time template, and you can start a new one like that. We'll come back to this changing default template just in a second, but if you press Control-N on the keyboard, if I do that now, it creates a new blank map. And the map that it creates is the one, if we look at the File New gallery, it's the one marked with that star that says it's the default template. And you can change any template to be the default template, and that's the one that you get when you start a new map with Control-N. Or you can use the Quick Access Toolbar. Quick Access Toolbar is this thing up in the top left, and there's a new button there. And from that, you can create a new default map, which is the one we just did with Control-N. Or you can change that default. You can do that from this menu here. So you can choose an existing template to change your default. Or you can browse for a template, or you can start a new map from an existing map. So that's another way of making a copy of an existing map. So you've got multiple options there for creating a new map from a template. And we just saw just now the map template gallery, which is the File tab and then New button. And that gives you it displays a gallery of templates. It displays a group of templates at the top, which are individual maps, and then it lists folders underneath that, which are further template maps, but they're divided into folders. So if they're all in one view, then it'd be a big long list. So it's been divided up, and you can click on, let's say, personal productivity, and see another set of templates in there. And all of these previews, sorry, let me go back to that. All of these previews are different forms of map, both appearance and content, that you can use to start a new MindManager map. If you want to make one of them a different one, the default, you can right click on it and say change default template. The star moves to that one, and that's the one you'll get if you either click the new button in the quick access toolbar, or if you press Control-N to start a new map. So creating maps from templates is really simple, and everybody who's used MindManager started that at some point. But creating templates, if you want to create templates, you can save any map as a MindManager template. You can use the File tab Save As command, and you can change the file type to be a template file, and you can save that anywhere you wish. Or you can go to the new templates gallery and add a template. So if we go File, New, there's a button up at the top there, Add Template, and you can then browse for a template map and add it to your template maps. So if you add it to the My Templates folder, which is the default for that, then you'll see that in this preview as well. So you can add a template to the gallery if you've got one that exists already. Or we can go to the Theme Organizer and the Map Templates tab in that. We'll come back to this dialog in a minute, but in the Design tab, Theme Organizer, Map Templates, and that opens a dialog where we can browse the templates we've got, we can add new ones, and we can modify them. So that's the third way to do that. So there are lots of different ways to create new templates. But if we've got a template and we want to modify it, again, there's lots of choices. You can, if you know where it is on disk, you can find it and edit it, and you edit a template just like a regular map. So it opens and it looks like a normal MindManager map. When you save it again, it saves as a template rather than a map file. A common thing to do is to change the theme of a template map. So if you change the theme of a map and then save it, the next time you create a new map from that, you'll get a different design. Or you can edit a map from the Theme Organizer, which was the dialog we just looked at. So if let me do this for real. If I do Control-N for a new map and put a new main topic in, well, by default, that's colored blue. It's a little Zen shape. So let's change the default template map because to give us something different. So I'll just close a couple of maps here. Go back to Theme Organizer, Map Templates, and we look under MindJet in blank templates. Let's see where we are. Let's change the right map one here. If we then modify that, we can choose any template and click Modify, and we can now edit this map. And if I change the color and shape of the main topics here, change the shape of the main topic to be an octagon, and I change the fill color to be purple like that, and then I save that template map. If I now go to File, New, Write Map, and create a map from that, we saw the preview just then we've changed the default, well, we haven't changed it. I didn't save it as the, my apologies, I didn't save it as the default template, but as the default style for that topic. But you can see that we've been able to edit that template map. Let me do that again, just to make the point properly. If I do Format Topic and then save this in the default theme for the map, then when we add new main topics, we get the same style as the default theme. So that was, we'll come back to editing the theme, but I just wanted to show you how to edit templates and how to edit the default template so that you can change the templates, get MindManager to open the maps, open the type of style that you wanted to see. Let's quickly have a look at some of the other terminology here. As we've mentioned appearance and content separately, I now want to split the appearance from a content of a map, because both of those apply to templates. And what I've done over here is create a little diagram that shows the difference between the two. The stuff in the left-hand circle are all things in a MindManager map to do with its appearance, and things in the right hand are to do with its content, and some things in the middle are both. They behave as both. But the principle is that you can change the appearance of a map without changing its content. You can apply a new appearance to existing content, whereas with the content, you can't really change that by applying a template. It'll start from a template, but once you've created content, then that's what your map has got in it. So things like the topic shape, the font, alignment, topic spacing, the style of boundaries and relationships, all of those things are appearance in the map that you can change without modifying content. In content, we've got the topic text, notes, images, hyperlink, formulas, properties, background objects. All of these things are not controlled by the appearance. They're controlled by the content that you want in the map. And in the middle, we have some things that are visual markup. They're appearance features, like the which markers the topic styles, fill colors, and line colors, but they can be indexed. So the index pane will let you give them names, keep track of which ones you're using, and you can use those for information in the map, not just visual decoration. So they're both really. So that's a split between appearance and content, and the things in the middle that behave as both. Go back to where we were. And content, we already mentioned. For templates, you can have map parts which bring content into maps, and you can have different marker lists, different sets of tags and icons that help define the content in your map. If you come back to this map, I've got a little subtopic here on the terminology used in the MindManager interface. So what's where, just to mention these things which I've got on the right hand side of my MindManager configuration. These are called task panes, and the task panes tab includes the library and map parts and the index, the three things that we'll refer to today. And you've got your ribbons up at the bottom. There's in the status bar at the bottom, there's a little button right at the bottom right for task panes, and that shows you the task panes menu. So you can go direct to task panes with that if you haven't got the tabs enabled, or if you want to go to the style. So come back and have a look at the exact terminology in that MindManager interface. Let's have a bit of a closer look now at appearance in maps. There are two parts to this. There's the topic, the appearance of topics, and the appearance of the whole map. The main thing that governs topic appearance is its format, and the format of a topic consists of its layout, that is the way the subtopics are arranged, the font, the shape that it uses, the lines it uses, and other things like the alignment and the topic width and where the images are. So these are all things that are controlled by the default topic format, and that comes from a template. So the template contains a map theme, and in the map theme is a default topic format. Now you've probably noticed when creating MindManager maps that topics change their appearance when you move them around. So I've got a topic here called My Topic, which is a subtopic of a main topic at the moment. If I were to move that to be a floating topic, you'll see that it's the shape that it uses and the fill color that it uses changes. And in fact, anything about its appearance could change, because the format of topics is defined by what type of topic they are. So if we move the same topic to be a new main topic, then it takes on the appearance of a main topic. So the shape changes and the fill changes. If we move it to be a subtopic of a floating topic, again, it takes on a different appearance. And these different formats for the topic, as I say, are based on what type of topic it is and how deep it is in the map, what level it's at in the map. So that's the map, that's the topic format changing as we move it around. Now, if I right click on a topic, we get two things. We get the topic context menu, and we get the mini toolbar down here. And the mini toolbar is really very handy, because it brings together all the MindManager features related to the appearance of a topic, to the format of a topic. So from here, you can very quickly change a topic shape, or you can, let me redo that, or you can change the fill color, the subtopics layout, any of the features related to the appearance of the topic you can do very fast from the mini toolbar. or if you click on Format Topic, we get the topic Format Topic dialog, and that's got lots of tabs in it at the top here, which let you modify the appearance of the topic. Now, what you're doing here is modifying the appearance of this specific topic. So you're customizing one topic when you change these things. If you want to apply the same change to everything in that map that is the same type of topic, then you can make whatever changes you like in the Format Topic dialog. Another map theme down here, because I'm right, let me cancel that and move that up a little bit so you can see it more easily. I'll move that down. Under Map Theme, the Map Theme button, you can save the changes that you've made as the default for this type of topic in this map. And what that does is it means that all main topics or all subtopics of level 2 topics or whatever it is you're editing, or all floating topics, would all take on the same appearance. So you can directly edit your map theme from any individual topic here. Let's go back and have a look at that process, because this is a key process inside MindManager. This is the way that it deals with topic formats, and if you can follow the principles here, then it'll be easy to understand how lots of other template principles work in MindManager as well. So in the library, which is the predefined collection of templates and icons and images and lots of other stuff, we have template maps, and within a template map, each map has a defined map theme, which is the format of topics at each level, plus some other stuff about the background. But the most important thing is how the topics are formatted. So by level, starting at the central topic and including floating topics, there's a definition of how those topics are defined. When you create a map from a template, that configures the default topic format for that level within your map, and you can always return to that. So the topic starts at default topic format. If you modify it, as we just saw with the format dialog, it becomes customized, and you can reset it back to default at any time by clearing the format or clearing topic style. And you might have seen buttons in various places, like in the format toolbar, and we've got a little icon there for a command. We've also got a reset to default, and both of those will return any customized topic back to the default for that particular map theme. So you can start with default format topics, you can customize topics and go back to the default, or you can customize topic and then apply that customization back as a map theme, so everything in the map gets changed. Now, just to underline the separation between content and format, content and appearance, if you were to take a template theme from your library, a different theme, and apply it to a map, then it'll update all the topics that are currently in the default topic format. It won't overwrite anything you've customized. It will only update the ones that are sitting in the default format, and we'll try and do a demo of that in a moment. So this little cycle here of starting from a default topic format, customizing it, and then updating that default format, it is a really useful way to develop the appearance of your map on the fly. You can make a design decision, say, actually, I want all main topics to be lines rather than shapes. You can make that setting, apply it back to the default, and that then changes the layout of the map, which changes the appearance of the map from that point onwards. So you can dynamically edit the template of the map as you go. It's really the conclusion there. Now, one subject I wanted to mention quickly was topic styles. Topic styles it's a named format, and again, they're a really handy feature. And if you right click on a topic and look at the mini toolbar down here, the first button is a topic style, and from this menu you can give a topic, a particular topic style name. You can apply that to topics. You can take that style away again. You can create a new style from that topic, or you can even index the topic styles. So topic styles will appear in the index under Elements tab. And you can see we've got a number of topic styles indexed here. So you can even see which styles you're using. If we open the topic styles task pane, click on Organize Topic Styles, what you have is a little preview of different designs of topic that you've created and customized and saved as a style, and you can now apply this to topics or multiple topics in your map. Again, this is a really useful feature, but remember that the topic style only defines appearance. So things like the shape, the fill color, the line color, the font. It doesn't include any content like markers or images or anything else. So it's just the things that are to do with the format of the topic. And again, we have a little library of topic styles which lives within the map. It doesn't live in the library of other templated materials. So topic styles are only found in an individual document. So that's a very quick look at a couple of the features of topic appearance and map appearance. If we very quickly mentioned the map theme, map theme is the overall design of a map, and you can get at map themes in the Design tab. So in the Design tab, we've got a themes gallery here, and you can see lots of different graphical designs for maps. The library is pre-populated with a lot of them, and you can create more of your own as well. So you can take a map and apply a new theme to it, which will completely change its appearance. It won't change the content, it'll just change the appearance. And from here, you can also edit themes or add a new theme. So if you've created a corporate presentation for your MindManager maps, you can save that as a theme. Now, I actually think themes are sometimes more useful than templates, because templates, well, talk about the content of template, but most of the time what you really want is a consistent look and feel for your maps, and maps tend to be very different in terms of their content. But it's really useful to be able to start from any position, start from any type of map, and then make it look like a corporate map or make it look like a presentation map. And so it's worth looking at these themes, creating some of your own themes, and storing them in the library here, so that you can then apply a look and feel to a map without having to start from the right template. So you can start from any template and then apply a theme on top of that. Now, the theme editor is an important feature in MindManager. Up until MindManager 19, they just used to be the advanced editor, but the map theme editor has now got an easy editor mode, which it's got fewer options, but they're pre-configured. So what you're doing when you change the look and the feel and appearance for your map here is you're writing some predefined combinations of other features. If you've been previously used to this used to be called the map style, but it's now called the map theme. And that's to distinguish it from topic style. So that there's what's called an easy editor, where you can click on just change the options here and see the effect in the window, or an advanced editor where you can click on, it shows you a prototype map, and you click on that, and then you can modify the format of, in this case, it'd be subtopics or main topics, or we can modify the format of main topics, and you can modify the format of all the elements of the map here, the relationships and the boundaries as well, and you can define how deep the definition of format goes. So you can say we'll have different formats down to the level 3, and then the same after that. So when you're editing the map theme, it's a little bit like editing the header and footer in a Word document. You make some edits and you apply those changes and close to get out of that. So that was a very rapid look at the map appearance. Let's have a quick look at content as well. We made the distinction between content and appearance earlier on. What I wanted to mention here were some of the configurable or the templated aspects of content. So although the content is entirely up to you what you have in your map, there are some defaults that you can configure. You can change the default topic text. So instead of saying main topic, you can change it to be something else. You can change the way that topic texts are capitalized. So there are a number of styles that you can choose for that. So again, it gives you a little hint to where the command to do that is. Topic content also consists of images and markers. Images in a map, that there's a image gallery in the library. So if we go to the library tab here, click on the images tab down at the bottom. This is the library tiles pane. And you click on a folder, you can see you've already got hundreds of images here already, and these images can be dragged into a map, or you can apply them to a topic. So these are images designed for use as topic images, so they're not the same images that you can use for the background objects. But again, you've got a wide range of different image keywords here, and you can search for images. You can add your own folders. So if we right click on here, we can create new folders, and you can add images to those folders. So you can import other image files into the library. So this is a library of images, which is part of the library that gets installed with MindManager. The other thing, sorry, I should be under there. Topic content is markers, and markers can be tags or icons, and the normal way you work on markers in maps is to add and remove them from the marker list in the index. So in the index tab under markers, you can see all the icons that are in use in the map, and it's very convenient just to click on one, or you can do it from the insert tab here. You've got buttons for icons, but I just wanted to mention how they actually get there in the first place. So again, it's a similar type of principle to topic formats. In the library, we have a collection of icons. So if we go back to our library and the icons tab, again, you can see folders. And you've got lots of folders, lots of different icons, standard set of icons, which they've changed a little bit over the years, but they're pretty much the same set over the years. So the library contains lots of their unnamed icons. In the library, they don't have a name, they don't have any meaning. And when you assign an icon to a topic from the library, it also gets assigned to the marker list as an unnamed marker. Then when in the marker list, you can give it a name. You can give that icon a name, becomes a named marker, and you can then use that to add or remove icons from the topic again. And this marker list, the difference between the marker list and the library of icons is that in the marker list, that explains the meaning of all these icons in your particular map. So it gives meaning to, it gives names to, and some behavior and some grouping to the icons that are actually using that specific map. And the same icons can be used in more than one marker list and can have different meanings. So you might have used the padlock icon to mean one thing in one map and mean something different in another map. And those meanings are coded in what's called the marker list. And the marker list, again, you can template. So you can create sets of icons, sets of meanings for those icons, and store that as a marker list. And in the design tab, if we go back to the theme organizer, which we saw earlier on for map templates, we could go to marker list instead. So same dialog, but there's a marker list tab, and here you can save the sets of icons that you use in a map independently of the template, independently of the map theme. So you can have the icons defined as a group. And this is a really handy feature if you've set up a set of icons to deal with some specific subject, and you've created the icons, give them names, you put them in the groups that make sense. You can then reuse that list again. So the marker list is part of a template. It'll come from a template, but it can be independently saved and retrieved and modified. So marker lists are another really important part of templating in MindManager. Let's have a quick and last look at package folders here. I'm going to pass on the map content. We talked a little bit about marker lists. Package folders are probably MindManager's best kept secret, and probably a lot of people never really look at this thing called package folders, because it takes a little bit of finding, but it is such a useful feature. A package folder is a collection of folders that contain map templates, map parts, icons, images. It's a whole set of stuff. So when you look in the library, let's say we go to icons here, when you open your MindManager, you just see that set called MindJet at the top, because they're the default ones. I've added another package folder here. So I've got a package folder which has got some templates, some stars and some icons and other images in it, and that enhances and extends the library. So I've got multiple choices here. I've got the MindJet stuff, all the MindJet icons here, and I've got a package folder which I've added, and I actually share between multiple computers, so I can have this access the same icons and templates from any of the computers where I use MindManager. So I've created groups of icons for particular types of project here without having to modify the original MindJet library. So package folders, how do we actually get to those? If we go to the File menu and go to Options, in the options, there's a page called Package Folders. And when you first install MindManager, you just get the MindJet one. That's the default, and that gives you your standard libraries of icons and images and shapes and other things like that. But you can create new ones. So if you create a set of folders that a location with some subfolders with specific names under it, which I'll show you in a second, you can then point this feature at it and say, please add this as a new package folder. And this is the way to share template maps, template themes, template marker lists, shapes, icons, and other features with other users. If you create a package folder on a shared drive somewhere, so if you use Dropbox or a shared drive, you can create a package folder with lots of templates and resources, and everybody can point to that, and everybody will see that in their MindManager, and they can use that to start maps from templates, or grab a particular version of a marker list, or grab some images or icons, whatever it is that they need to do. So template packages, so package folders are a way to share the whole set of resources that MindManager can use. So that's where you define them. And if we go back to our Design tab and start at the Theme Organizer, doesn't matter which tab we go to, you can see I've got these package folders visible in the Template Organizer as well. So map templates, themes, and marker lists, all of these, I can have special marker lists that I've saved in my package folder. I've shared across more than one computer, so they're available to MindManager on more than one computer, and that could work just as well. I use Dropbox for that, and it could work just as well with other users too. So under map templates, if you create a new package folder on Dropbox and share it with another user, then everyone will see the same set of templates. They can access them there. The package folder resource types, I said I'd show you the naming of the subfolders. If you create a subfolder, a folder somewhere on a shared system or on your system, and you can give it any name you like, but if the subfolders are named this way, images, background images, shapes, and the other ones, then you only need to point MindManager at that top level folder, and it will pick up the rest. It will understand what's in the rest of those folders underneath. And when you create a new package folder, it'll ask you which resource types you're offering up there, and you can configure that. And then the MindManager library is the default install library with all these resource types in it. Now, when you get a copy of this map, we'll just have as we're zooming over it, we'll have a look at this little table here, because this table tells you what is stored where. So we've got in the first column all the different types of feature, themes, marker lists, background images, all these things. And then the other columns tell you where they're actually stored, where you can retrieve them from, manipulate them. And you'll see that most things are in the built-in library or in package folders. So that there's a default library that installs with MindManager. You can extend that with your own package folders. But be aware that topic styles aren't in the library. They only live in the map. So they're only stored in a map. And smart rules as well. They are in a built-in library, but at the moment, and Stephen will correct me if I'm wrong, I don't think you can share them because they're not also package folder types. So if you're using smart rules to automate MindManager maps, you can only store those smart rules in your local library. You can't yet share them with other people through a package folder. And then there's a few other special bits that only exist on topics. So topic properties, formulas, again, they're only defined on topics. You can't put properties and formulas in a library to share with others, or library to use across multiple maps in the same way that you can with the smart rules. So this little table here gives you a summary of which features are stored where, and you can come back and have a peruse of that. So let's head towards the wrap up now. I wanted to talk a little bit about approaches for using templates. We've looked at all the features. In fact, we've really just scraped the surface of the features, because there must be 50 or 60 different features in MindManager, and for each of those there's probably 2 or 3 different ways to approach it or to get to it. So that there's quite a lot of stuff to do. But what is going to be your big strategy for working with template maps? First thing to say is that templates are not necessarily compatible with a mapping process, because creating maps it's a journey of exploration and discovery. It's not a filling in a form. So it's a conversation. When you're creating a map, you're having a conversation either with yourself or with others that you're working with. And you don't usually have a template for a conversation. It goes wherever it needs to go. It's a journey of discovery. And thinking that you could automate that or template that might not work in every case. It might lead you in the wrong direction in some cases. So as an example, if there was a template for business strategy, if anybody could produce a foolproof business strategy from a template, then everybody would do it. There'd be no competition. We'd all be really good at it. So that it's a soft skill, and a template, and mapping, mind mapping in particular, reflects soft skills. It models those very well, and templating them might or might not be successful. That's not to say templates are useful, but it's important to have the right expectations. So a template implies that the scope and structure is already fixed, and if people may stop thinking if you give them a template that's too detailed. So giving people a really detailed and precise template might, if that's what you want to achieve, if that's the output you want, then that's great. But people might not think outside of that. So what are templates really good at? They're either defined content where you need to be really precise, or they can be guidance to make sure that you get a good outcome without restricting things. So I would say there's more value to be got from giving people advice and hints about the process and their strategy and the approach to the subject, and giving them checklists rather than exact topic layouts to fill in like a form. But also remember that that templates might be more than just a map. To deal with a subject, a particular subject with MindManager Maps, you might need map parts or images or icons to go with them. So don't just think about creating a template map. If you want to make MindManager prepared for dealing with a particular subject, let's say chemistry or something like that, you might want to create a package folder which has got templates in it, but it might have much more in it. You might want to create a set of map parts that go with a particular template as well. So a package folder would be like a super template, a complete set of resources to help MindManager deal with a particular subject. Now, in terms of visualization, I'm sure everybody on this webinar has come to similar conclusions that the graphics are much better if you use them sparingly, if you don't overload. So some of the themes that we've got in the gallery are pretty scary. You know, like there's one called Old Town there, and it will be really difficult to pick out important information if you've got a really strong background image. So be subtle when you're using visualization, because that will help you to spot things that are important. Whereas if you use heavy graphics, strong background images, lots of decoration, it's nearly impossible to see what's important and what isn't. And if we're talking about business use of this tool, which I think a lot of people on this webinar will be, then being able to spot things that are not right, things that need attention, is really an important part of that. So choose your visualization carefully. And think about just really simple things like the shape that you have for topics. So I tend to use lines for ideas and then closed shapes for objects, because that just helps me to distinguish between those two things. Things flow if they're in lines, whereas if they're discrete objects, they tend to be, they look a bit more closed. Now, there's another important aspect here, which is that although we talked about the theme of a map defining the appearance of topics by level, actually that doesn't really work well as a visualization principle, because we're really good at spotting things that are marked up in the same kind of way. We're really quick at seeing all the things that are red in a sea of other colors, or things marked with a priority 1 marker. And if you use the level of a topic in a map to control its appearance, that's kind of adding information that you don't really need. So it's not common for all the level 3 topics in a map to have some feature in common together, apart from being level 3 topics. So there's not a lot of value in making those a special style that stands out. So in the default MindManager templates, the main topics are a capsule and then the subtopics are a line. But there's nothing really to say that the subtopics have got some common feature. It's a graphical thing, but if you aim for minimum graphics and making things as lean as you can, then I would say make the underlying map very, very plain and simple, and then you get more value out of the appearance and decoration that you use there. So making the different levels of topic very different and very distinct is unlikely to give you any real value. Then the last topic I wanted to mention was in MindManager, there's really no distinction between content and guidance. So if you have a template map that contains information that's really of only value to the author of the map rather than part of the final content, there's no separate set of features in MindManager to deal with that. So you've kind of got a blank map that you're going to be developing, but with it you have guidance and supporting materials that are going to help you with the process, to help you to think about what you need to do. There's no second layer of features above the map that really help you to work with that. You have to choose which MindManager features you're going to use for that. And I've proposed a few ideas here. If anybody on the call has been in the market a long time, you may remember a product called Mind Manuals, which was templates on a particular subject for MindManager maps. Mind Manuals predated call out topics, so we put all our guidance in topic notes. So a template map had a bunch of topics in it, and then in the notes of each topic it told you what you were aiming to do there, what kind of information or activities you'd need to do to develop that type of the map. But in fact, since then we've now got call out topics, and using call out topics, so if we had add a hint to a topic, if let's say this is a topic in our template map, we can add a hint about what to think about, what to do, the approach to take in a call out topic. And call out topics are great because you can hide them all in the view show hide menu. You could, if you put an icon on them, you could then delete them afterwards if you wanted to clean your map up. So, and they don't interfere with what you're actually creating. So if you sacrifice call out topics to guidance, that's actually a really good way to use them. You could do the same thing with floating topics. You could use floating topics for that too. Or if you want to really make a big job of it, you could create guidance in another map. So your template map could have hyperlinks in it to information in a guidance map. So you have a template map that has got maybe a little bit of structure and content in it, and it's got some hyperlinks in it that take you through to another map that says, if you're mapping out your business strategy, these are the things to think about, these are the approach to take, these are the stakeholders talk about, all kinds of checklist stuff in there. So the advantage of that would be that if you update your guidance, then that it also updates the maps that are in use, and you can leave those links in there. But that's obviously a little bit more complex to set up. So a template will consist of a template plus an explanatory map connecting with it. I would say probably the simplest is to, if you're creating template maps that have got guidance in them, then use call out topics for that feature to explain what it is that you're trying to achieve, because that's a good balance between accessibility and maintainability. So that's been a pretty quick run through. Let's just wrap up the big points on MindManager and templates. Do get a copy of this map. If you look in the index in the map, what we've done is we've indexed all of this by keywords. So you can look up things like galleries or map layout and map theme, and it'll take you to all the parts of the map where this is referenced. We've also indexed all the under the MindManager UI, we've indexed all the commands that relate to this. So again, you can scroll down and find out what's in the format tab that relates to templates and map style, or what's in the index task pane or library task pane. So we've indexed all the commands in MindManager here too. We also added quite a lot of tips. So there's a large number of tips and a few gotchas to keep you warned as well. So look out for some things in there. So this map itself, although we haven't looked at everything in here, is a reference that you can refer to later on. Take the chance, take a few minutes to customize your default preference, default map, template map with your preferences, so that every time you open a new map in MindManager, that's your map, not the default one that's come from MindJet. So have a tweak of that, and then create map themes, perhaps rather than templates, for things like your organizational style, or if you want a theme for a set of maps that relate to the same project, you might say all the project maps are going to have this particular look and feel and background, create that as a theme and apply it rather than create separate templates for each one, because you can apply a theme to any map. And think about templates not just as a starting point, but as a knowledge transfer tool. So if you were to go back and look at projects you've already done, it's already successfully completed and used MindManager for, what lessons did you learn, and what would you put in a template as a starting point the next time you're going to do that? And that's a really great way to approach creating templates, because they then become knowledge transfer tools rather than just mechanical setup of topics and appearance. And that brings me to the end. How are we doing for questions, Stephen?
So, makes always sense to unmute. Okay, Nick, not too many questions actually. This is why I would ask everybody to you now, please take the chance in the last minutes that we have. I got 3 questions, and one is more or less a question plus a comment. First one is, can you only apply one marker list to a map?
Yes. There is only one marker list, and that's the marker list that you see in the map index. So at any one time you can have one. If you wanted to merge them, you'd have to do that by hand and create a new marker list.
Yeah. I guess the only easy way to merge, you don't have to create each group from scratch again, but you can copy groups actually from
That's
one
true,
marker list, but you have to do it one by one. Yeah.
Yes. If you right click on a group in the index, you can copy that and then you can paste that into another map. That's a good point. Yeah, thank you.
Okay, so next one is the package folders that you have added. Are they also visible in the backstage? And I guess here the answer is actually no. No, not yet.
No, they're not. No. So if you go to File New, you don't see those in the gallery. But there is a partial answer to that, in that under the My Maps folder that MindManager creates when you install MindManager, it also creates 2 folders for templates and themes called My Themes and My Templates. And if you store templates and themes in that, then you do see them in the galleries. You see them in the map templates gallery and the themes gallery. So you do see the previews there. But otherwise, no, you'd have to go through the template organizer dialog to see templates in package folders.
Mm-hmm. So next one is related to smart rules. Here was one comment, and I guess also one related question to this was, first of all, you could share smart rules via the templates, actually, so embed them into a template. Yeah, but yes. I guess...
Yes. Yeah, sorry, I interrupted you.
The only thing that you cannot do is actually to really share the complete, so the global smart rule library that you can create within MindManager. Yeah,
that's right.
Okay.
Yep, so the smart rules would be in the template, and then you could send those rules back to your local library. So if you've got a template from somebody else, as you say, you can save those smart rules back in your local library for use in your own maps again.
Here's another question. Can you also make the local library global? And actually, here's a question. The answer is yes again, because you can always change the path to the library.
Right. Yep.
So yeah, some more questions are dropping in. Actually, can you share templates stored in OneDrive or SharePoint?
Yes, I mean you could start a map from a template that's anywhere if you can browse to it, or if you have templates in OneDrive, you could, if you name the subfolder templates and create a parent folder for it in OneDrive, then you could create that as a package folder for templates. Mm-hmm. And then those templates will be available to everyone who can see that OneDrive folder.
One more question. Actually, my web templates are grayed out. I guess this is related to since we had the add-in for web export deactivated.
Yes, possibly is. Yeah. If a feature like that is grayed out, the usual, as Stephen says, the usual place to come and look is in MindManager options and then add-ins, because if you uncheck some of these add-ins, that will grey out some of the commands and features in the MindManager UI. So if something like that is grayed out, then come and have a look in the add-ins to make sure that that's enabled.
Mm-hmm. Last question I now have is sorry, I just joined in the middle. Are the maps and the recordings made available again? I guess not everybody was there from the start where I mentioned that. Yes, definitely. The maps again that Nick showed today is made available, as well as the recording again. I assume at the beginning of next week we will send out an email which contains both a link to the map and also the link to the recording.
Yep, great.
Okay, a lot of great feedback again here in coming from the GoToWebinar panel. One which I really like. Great show, by the way.
Thank you very much.
So, Nick, that was all actually. I think we have addressed everything now. So again, thank you very much for a great webinar also from my side. Nick, do you want to address some final words to our audience?
Thank you. Just as usual, thank you for the opportunity to present, and thank you for everyone who's joined us for an hour today. We know that people have joined from literally all over the world today. So hello and good night and good evening and good morning to everybody wherever you are, and thank you for joining us, and we look forward to the next one.
Thank you, Nick. And also from my side, a big thank you to everybody who took their time to attend today's MindManager webinar, and hopefully we will see you again in one of our next webinars. Yeah, have a nice day, have a nice rest of the week, and the last thing I can only say, bye-bye.